Pirates. It's always pirates. Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Today we're talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5, The Pirate. It's a name that is mildly appropriate as there is a pirate in the episode. Now, this to me is arguably the best episode of the season. Now, that's a pretty low bar, but kind of pound for pound, what you get out of this episode is good. You harken back to earlier episodes in the season, things from seasons past without member berries, really, with one member berry. And it actually is a cohesive story. Now, there is some wonky writing. I mean, overall it works, but like I said, there's just some things that are like, well, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Things that don't really make sense. And if you look at things too closely, you find these spots that are a little hinky. But like I said, look at the show, grand. You have some of your best space, your starfighter stuff going on in this episode. Good Mandalorian fighting. You actually get to see them doing their bit. And it was from beginning to end. This episode brought a lot of things together. So after the last episode, I was concerned. This episode, I like to think that they're on a storyline where you can pretty much see where they're going here. But it was better. It was better. This show isn't being well received right now. A lot of viewership has dropped off because the writing has been so wonky. This isn't the episode that's going to bring everybody back. I'm just telling you that this is the best episode they've done so far this season. So let's dive into this, and we can talk about the bits we like and the bits we don't like. Now, this is chapter 21. We're back on Navarro, where, if you'll recall, the pirate that looks like the Swamp Thing was attacking the planet. So Karga, who you remember from past episodes, worked with Mando. He's running the planet as whatever the hell his term is. It doesn't really matter. He's the grand something of the planet. So he's putting together kind of plans with engineers. They get hailed. A pirate ship enters the atmosphere. It's Swamp Thing, the pirate. What is his? So Karga is the dude, and the pirate's name escapes me. You know why? Because I just don't. He looks like the Swamp Thing. That's a Swamp Thing pirate. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He's mad because Karga's guys took out his guys last time they were, even though they shot first. So now they start blasting the hell out of the planet from their big ship. You would think this causes a lot more damage than it does, but whatever. So Karga sends a message to the New Republic asking for help. And it reaches Captain Carson Teva. He's the X-Wing pilot. You've seen him in previous episodes of the show. He's the one who made Cara Dune a marshal. So that's the thing he represents. So the message gets back to him, and you get to see a Dolphy base. This is kind of cool. It actually looks like a regular military base. It's an outpost. And so he gets the message there. You actually get to see Zeb from Rebels is there as well, which is kind of cool. That's the member berry. And he's like, okay, I need to get authorization for this. Zeb's like, nah, ain't no one getting authorization for anything right now. So he's like, well, Carson's like, well, I guess I'm going to go to the Coruscant myself. They can't turn me down in person. Well, they do. He meets with a, mid-level bureaucrat who is in charge. I don't like the way the offices look in this show. They look like regular offices. I don't want that out of Star Wars. And so he basically tells them to bugger off. The Navarro is not a member planet of the Republic, and they have, they don't have enough resources for planets that they do have. And then, of course, Kane is there. She's the former comms officer under Moff Gideon, and now she's working for the New Republic. And she kind of butts in, and she's like, well, maybe they'll learn this is why you need to join the New Republic. And Carson's like, so we're going to let them get bombed. Now remember, people with this show do a terrible job with time. The planet is getting bombarded. He's had to fly from his base to Coruscant while all of this is happening. If the pirates wanted to, they could have laid waste to the surface of this planet. I think like I said, they don't handle time very well. That's one of my problems with the writing. Now, Carson brings up the point, and he's making a leap here. This is another one of the things that I had a problem with, that the pirates are operating for a reason. Moff Gideon has been rumored to never reach the prison. Maybe they're in cahoots somehow. Does this warrant an investigation? Surface level, you'd think yes, but the New Republic is like, bugger off. So they don't help out. High Magistrate, that's the title I was looking for Karga earlier. I apologize. So now he's leading the people of Navarro to these caves outside of the city that's getting bombarded. And this is like a real small group of people. This can't be the entire population of the planet. It's like Navarro has a city, and this is like a tenth of the population of the city, or not even that. It's a really small group. And he's saying, help us on the way, help us on the way. Well, kind of. Now, Carson goes in search of the Mandalorians. In the vast, reaches of the galaxy, he finds them because R5, the droid that Mando has now, sent him a signal or let him ping on him or something. This is another really big leap as to how Carson actually found the Mandalorians. Anyway, he lets them know the deal with Navarro and the Kargas asked for help. Mando's like, well, Karga did help me. So Carson flies off, lets him know, hey, just let you know, I'm not going to reveal the location of your base because now the Mandalorians feel they got to leave. All right. So Mando gives his case, and then about why they should go help him, and that Kargas offered him a tract of land, and that they could have a home again. And then Paz Vizsla gets up, and he starts in, and you think he's going to be like, you know what? No, we can't do this. We must maintain da-da-da. But he doesn't. He actually supports Mando. Okay. He hasn't been the opposing force that we thought he was going to be. Now, are we saving that for later? Maybe. So everybody agrees, yes, they're going to go help him. They are hopping all on Bo-Katan's ship. She gives them a basic battle plan. And then off they go. And I actually liked this quite a bit. The scene that I'm calling, Modern Warfare, the Mando edition, because that's what it feels like. Mando's ship is going to be the distraction. Bo-Katan's going to attack dump the Mandalorians off to do their mission and attack the cruiser. And I thought this scene was fun. There's a lot of good fighting in the air and on the ground. Some of the Mandalorians let themselves get boxed in, though, and this is kind of it's like, really, guys? But everything gets taken care of. And like I said, it is a fun fight scene. So that's what I'm looking for at this point from the show. Is it awesome? Is it fun? Sure. It was fun. Now, while the battle on the ground is going on, Din is in his starship blasting away, and it's just their two ships against this pretty heavy cruiser, and they're blasting the crap out of their snub fighters. They've taken out two of the engines on the main ship, and they're trying to recall the snub fighters to the main ship to defend. But there's not many of them left, and one is operated by some wonky pirate we saw in the episode. And he's like, you know what? I'm out of here. So their last snub fighter leaves, and Din and Bo-Katan take out the engine of the ship, and the ship goes down and blows up on the planet. Again, that was a fun scene. I enjoyed that. And then we're back with Karga and his people, and they're all thanking the Mandalorians and saying, even though you don't have a home world, you now have a home. So everybody's kind of come together nicely here. Now we get an interesting scene where the armorer summons Bo-Katan, and tells her to take off her helmet. And Bo-Katan's like, is this a test? But she does it, in respect for her station. And the armor goes on this thing about the forge on Mandalore, which she'd been to, which is very ornate and beautiful. And the forge here on Navarro, her old forge, where they were before, which is now basically destroyed. But she's like, they serve the same purpose. We need to unite the people. And you, Bo-Katan, are in a unique position to do that. You walk in both worlds. She wants her to reunite the clans. Cool. So Bo walks out, all the Mandos are looking at her, and then the armorer tells her a plan. And that's where this is going. And we kind of knew this going on. Now, there's a pre-credit scene here, though. We're back with Carson. He's like in deep space. And he has these amazing skills. He can just find things. There's an Imperial shuttle, what looks to be an Imperial shuttle, listing it's got battle damage all over. The hull's been breached. He sends a probe in. Everybody's dead. And he sends back to the New Republic. And, of course, this is the ship that was transporting Moff Gideon. And in the scan, he picks up that there is Beskar embedded in one of the walls. That's the armor that the Mandalorians use. So it's just like, did the Mandalorians help him escape? Dun, dun, dun. And that's the episode. That's the episode in a nutshell. That was a lot more fun than the previous episodes have been. Like I said, I don't know where this is going to go exactly. You expect the return of Moff Gideon. And by the end of this, I expect Bo-Katan to be the leader of the Mandalorians. Is that what's going to happen? Who knows? I hope so. Like I said, there were a lot of fun points in this, and there were those weird, wonky writing moments where it's just like, how are we going to solve this? Well, we'll just have this happen. And it doesn't really work. The droid thing for finding the Mandalorians was wonky. Carson putting together the pieces of Moff Gideon and the pirates, bit of a stretch. And the fact, like I said, and time. If the pirates had wanted to, they could have destroyed the entire surface of this world or enslaved the population or done whatever they wanted to do. They had time to do it. Things just seem to happen like that, within seconds. It's fine. It's still, this is the best one that they've done so far. Let's hope they stay on this pace. Like I said, even if they're a little hinky, as long as it's fun to watch, I'm okay with that. The last few haven't been a lot of fun to watch. There were like moments in the last one, but this one was overall enjoyable. I know there are problems with the writing. I know the show's no longer about Din, really. Nice part was, Grogu was in this episode almost not at all. And I was very grateful for that. I don't like Grogu. He is annoying and doesn't serve a purpose on the show anymore. So that's my take on that. Let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen. So for now, this is Roman of the Empire signing off. Please like and subscribe as the channel does need it. Be kind.